by the astronaut for asking my friends what flavor their wedding cake is. Is that offensive now? In 2024, can you not ask people what flavor their wedding cake is? Is that where the line is? I, 22 female, am in the wedding party of my friends. We will call M, 25 female, and Ro, 25 male, who will be getting married in about 2 months. I've been really excited about the wedding since it'll be an opportunity for all my friends from college to get together for the first time in 2 years. Not to mention M and Ro are my best friends, or at least I thought they were. We have a Discord for all the wedding stuff, and they have a channel about food. They've been really good about being open about the food that they intend to have at the reception, including vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free options for everyone, and answering questions. So I didn't think there would be any contention if I asked a question. Anyway, about 4 days ago, I posted a message into the Discord asking, hey, what flavor is the cake going to be? I want to mentally prepare myself, LOL. I think looking back, my choice of extra words is what caused all this, but I meant it in the sense that I have a long documented dislike of chocolate flavored foods like cake or ice cream, so I added it in the event the cake was chocolate. I received a private message back that the cake would be chocolate and that if I had a problem with it, then I could shove it because it was their wedding, not mine. And I felt really taken aback by this response. Never did I mention that I would have been upset and certainly would have put up a stink about it. It's exactly like M had said, it's their wedding. I explained it as much and tried to apologize for any offending I did, but she got even more defensive and started basically blasting me for implying that she was offended, and I was just left overall very confused. I am offended by you presuming that I am offended. I gave it 2 days before I tried to apologize again and smooth it over, figuring she may have just been having a bad day, but I got shut down again, telling me she didn't need my apology because nothing was wrong, and I needed time to stop trying to make it seem like shit was wrong between us and to just drop it. I texted Ro to see if I could gauge what was going on, since he and I have always had an open dialogue about things like this, but he basically told me he couldn't talk to me right now, and I have to imagine it's because M told him not to. It's been 2 days since then. I'm basically just really confused. This whole thing has made me want to drop out of the wedding party and honestly not go at all. I wish Ro would talk to me and M would be honest. I can't help but think maybe I just don't get how stressful planning a wedding is, and like maybe they've gotten pushback from other people on things and somehow it's being taken out on me. Or is it really a big no-no to ask stuff like this? I don't know. This is the first wedding I'll ever have gone to, so am I the astronaut? Generally, no. Generally, I'm going to say NTA here because I think it was an honest mistake. However, add some context onto this. You have a long track record of being vocally opposed to anything chocolate or disliking anything chocolate. You asking what flavor the cake was could have meant only one thing. They know that because they're your besties. So you were basically asking, is it chocolate and am I not going to like it? Yeah, it was chocolate. So they knew it was going to be something that you didn't like. Of course, that's what they want. It's their wedding. Yes, you agree with all of that. I think asking the question whenever it was loaded because they knew what it meant. You knew what it meant, even though it was innocent. That's probably why it turned into a bigger deal than it should have been here, because it was loaded with history, right? They knew that you weren't going to like it. You knew you weren't going to like it if it was chocolate, and that was the question, basically. And yeah, there may be other stuff going on. I do think that you dropping out of the wedding right now is probably just going to escalate things. It's not going to be a solution at all. I do think at this point, if you just ride this out, if you want to maintain a relationship with them, let's put it that way. Define your goal first. You want to still be friends with these people? If so, probably time to put your head down, keep your mouth shut, and survive the wedding. If you're willing to put it on the line, sure, drop out, but it's going to escalate things and it's just going to make things worse. So if they are stressed because wedding planning is stressful, and sure, just ride it out. And in this case, it's a like take your licks and just move on kind of thing. Angel, I mean, like, what was the point of the question? It's not like you're going to bring your own cake. Exactly. And they know that you don't like chocolate. You knew there was like a 50-50 shot it was going to be chocolate, and it's chocolate. So the question was basically, is this something I'm going to be repulsed by? That's how they took it because they know the history of it, right? It was an unnecessary question that they probably took much more seriously because it's a stressful time for them right now. So just let it die. Let it fizzle out. Let them forget about it. Move on from it. Every time you try to apologize again or try to ask somebody a question about it, you're reviving it to top of mind. Let's not do that. Let's not take, a potential misstep that became a problem and keep bringing it up so that it's a problem longer. And let's also not escalate by doing something else like dropping out of the wedding that's going to be an even bigger problem. So let's just stop causing problems. Just let this one little innocent mistake, just let it fizzle away and everything will be fine. Generally an NTA, because I do think it was an innocent mistake, but I think you have to understand the context to fully get the possibilities here. But no matter what, quit bringing it up. If she says it's fine, let her prove it by just giving it time. An update to a cake story. The original story was, am I the astronaut for asking my friends what flavor their wedding cake is? And this is an update to it. I hope you guys remember this story. Let's dive in. We'll see where this goes here. Okay. Ro is the groom from the original story. Heads up on that. Comment by Ro on the original post. Hey, Izzy, I'm not surprised you didn't share the whole story. You never do. Just like last year's surprise party for M, Too Long Don't Read, Izzy here spoiled the surprise and tried to claim my present was hers. I'm Ro, the groom-to-be. I don't do Reddit, but my best man does and frequents this thread. He saw this post and it was so obvious it was you. This whole cake thing did happen, but it is not the whole story and did not go the way Izzy claims. First off, cake was not her only complaint. You refused to have a joint bachelorette dinner because I have a poor taste. You said my suit was tacky because I wanted white and not traditional black, and you whined about the bridesmaids' dresses being purple because you wanted ivory. Any decision we've made, there's always a complaint. And M has done nothing but be patient and try to find common ground. She should not have to change her wedding choices for you. Second, we never told you to shove it. M only messaged you privately because she was tired of having to argue in the group chat. Everyone else is tired of your bullshit too, so we don't want to bother them with it. It's a cake. Eat it or don't. You have hated me ever since I joined the friend group, and that's fine, but you will not ruin M's day because of your pettiness. If you care about her, then honor her decisions. Of course M is different, because she grew the up. All of us did, except you. My God, you're 22. Stop acting like a spoiled teenager. Chocolate cake will not kill you. By the way, asshole, I'm 26, not 25. Pay attention. I wasn't angry about this until you decided to go to the internet for pity. It's pathetic and immature. For the record, M double-checked my response. She signed off on it. Get it together. And then we have a response from the original OP. Ooh! Yeah, it was like the gloves came off on this one. The gloves came off. And they're just like, all right, you know what? Enough bullshit. Daddy's mad. Okay, here's the response from OP. It's pathetic and immature to anonymously post asking for advice on Reddit, but you coming here starting shit and posting my real name isn't? Okay, Marcus, since we're not hiding anymore, how does it feel to have your shit aired for real? Here's how I know M didn't sign off, because she never would have agreed to use my real name. You're just trying to get me upset at her too. She's my best friend, and I should have known you'd do this. You always try to manipulate us into being mad at each other. Case in point, when I had planned this awesome dinner for just her and I, you had to plan her surprise party for the same day. I just wanted alone time with my best friend, but you couldn't wait one day for the party. M has known me for longer than you, and no offense, I'm sure I know her better than you do, but I've kept my mouth shut because I love her and just wanted to be happy. I don't know if the kept my mouth shut thing there is accurate. I complain about everything, and how come I've never said anything about the hundreds of times you've made M cancel plans with me to go hang out with you? I just wanted my best friend to spend a little time with me. We're not allowed to have sleepovers anymore because it makes you uncomfortable. We'll take a girls trip for the weekend because it's too expensive. Sorry you can't take care of her like I can. Some of us can afford rent.
Clearly, this was never about the cake and more so about you hating me. I was fine when you joined the friend group, but you clearly weren't fine with my and M's relationship. You've been the same towards some of her other friends who I'm sure would agree. Get a life, Marcus. Stop trying to take mine.
Oh!
And then hubby comes back with a response again.
Who got the popcorn? Do we have any popcorn here?
Okay, here we go. Soon to be hubby comes back in and responds to original Pete. She was fine using your name. You brought this to the internet, not us. If you don't want this attention, don't post. The plan was for you to distract her while we set up the party by taking her to a movie, not going to the movies, then taking her to dinner and telling her about the party. We waited hours expecting y'all to be back. Oh no. I have never once made M cancel. She always did that on her own, and not frequently at all. You've had plenty of alone time with her. Just because she spends time with me too doesn't mean I'm forcing her to. And yes, a trip to multiple countries across Europe is very much too expensive. We already live paycheck to paycheck, which you know. I know money isn't a concern for you, but it very much is for us. Not all of us have apartments paid for by daddy. Nobody else seems to think the same things about me, and if I'm wrong, I will gladly listen and change. But that requires communication directly, not anonymous Reddit posts. You may have known her longer, but you clearly don't know M well. You fail to see how miserable your comments and attitude have made her these past few months. For her sake, knock it off. And OP comes back. Paid by daddy, real mature asshole. You know I work hard like everyone else. It's not my fault my parents make better decisions than yours and can actually keep their kids. And of course, I wasn't just going to take her to the movies on her birthday, ruse or not. It was still her birthday. And she's my friend, and I love her and wanted her to have a decent meal other than the shitty pizza you bought for her. Also, maybe you didn't tell M to cancel, but knowingly asking for plans when we had them is basically the same thing. Before you, she was fine. She had everything she needed. And for all of you in the comments saying I have a crush or want to F M, you're delusional and know nothing about me. We're best friends. I love her. She loves me. It's not my fault. We can have natural chemistry that everyone over the internet can feel, but it's not like that. Marcus, you're an asshole. You've been an asshole since day one. Just admit that you're not the guy who can give her what she needs and move the on and leave us alone. Ooh, leave us alone. Okay. Comments and Groom's response. Commenter. Hey, M, did you really make a fuss because you wanted the bridesmaid's dress to be ivory instead of purple? Also, Ro, did you really make your fiance cancel sleepovers because it made you uncomfortable? Ro's response, no, I have never made M cancel anything. I'm fine with her having sleepovers. Izzy wanted to do it at our apartment and kept begging M to have me sleep on the couch so I wouldn't ruin girls' night. For the record, M shut it down, not me. She's capable of making her own decisions. I trust her to set her boundaries. If I came off as uncomfortable, Izzy never mentioned it till now. Another comment, does M even still want Izzy there? Because Izzy is sounding more and more unhinged. How did she try to steal your B-Day present to Izzy? Ro's response, M still wants Izzy there. They've been friends for years. I won't make her kick her out, but I'm starting to reach the point where I want it. And no, she didn't steal it. She claimed she purchased the gift because I was too poor to afford it. It was a rather expensive purse M eyed once while shopping, but couldn't get it at the time, so I saved for it. Final comment by Ro, you're proving my point. I'm not going to argue over Reddit anymore for this, especially if you're going to talk about my parents like that when you know full well they aren't rich. Either message us in private or drop it altogether. If this is how you really feel, don't bother coming to the wedding. Holy shit. Okay, that was a lot. So, am I the astronaut for asking my friends what flavor their wedding cake is? Was not just a loaded question. It was a loaded question. It was like a loaded baked potato of a question. It was intense. The way that she keeps talking about this is it was all fine until you came along. You can't take care of her the way that I can. Just go away and leave us alone. But M is marrying Ro. M made the decision to marry Ro, and it sounds like that Izzy here is just not handling that well. It is definitely not about the cake. Now, yeah, this has nothing to do with the cake whatsoever. This was wow. Romantic feelings or not, the attachment that she had with her friend, she feels like is being ripped away from her. And she's blaming Ro for that because she refuses to acknowledge that M is growing up and moving on, right? And yes, that's going to come with a natural separation. They could still be best friends, but not every waking moment is going to be able to be spent with her. She's getting married. She's going to have a husband. She has chosen a life partner. That person is going to be in the picture. And what Izzy is going to have to come to realize is that she has to accept that if she wants to be a part of M's life still. If she can't accept it, and if she continues down the path that she's going down right now, she's going to lose her friend altogether. A lot of people struggle with this when they're younger and they have besties, but then people start growing up and getting married and having kids. The natural drift that happens there, that's a part of growing up. It takes real efforts to maintain relationships without seeing people as frequently, right? And a lot of people who need those other people, like need the presence of those other people in their lives in order to fill up their own cup. Those are the people who really struggle. And Izzy, I'm worried about here because she's placed what feels like the majority of the weight of her happiness on M, which is too much pressure. That's too much pressure to put on another person. Izzy has to get comfortable with herself and be happy without needing someone else in her life. She needs M. You know, I definitely don't think we can say NTA. I think that's safe. We can't say NTA. I don't know what we can say because it's so back and forth. There's obviously some big issues here and she doesn't know what to do with her feelings, so she's lashing out about it. I don't know that we can say ESH here either because I don't know that we can blame M and Ro. I don't know that we can blame Ro for coming here and defending himself. I don't know. This isn't, I don't know. It's an IDK. I'm going to have to come up with a new rating that's IDK.
So you originally, we looked up the original post and you originally said NTA.
For her?
Yes, because you said you thought there was more going on. And boy, was there more going on.
Yeah. Wasn't the first time I was wrong, won't be the last time.